everyone, it's Kim, the career coach. I'm here today to give you some tips on interviewing. Being a former corporate recruiter, I understand what the hiring managers are looking for, and I understand why they're asking the questions that they're asking. So I want to take some of the mystery out of the process today for you and share some insight with you. When you go to that interview and all those questions start coming your way, really what they're trying to get to the bottom of is 5 things. So I'm going to break it down for you today really simply. The first thing they want to understand is, are you passionate about your job and your life? They know that a person who's passionate about their job and their life is going to bring great energy to work every day. When they interview you, and you don't have a lot of great energy, that kind of tells them something. You know, this is a moment where you should be bringing great energy. So they're weighing all of those things. They do care if you have hobbies. They do care if you seem well-rounded. They also care if you appear to be overwhelmed or stressed or desperate. So I want you to keep all of those things in mind as you're answering the questions that come your way. The second thing that they're trying to get to the bottom of is, are you into self-improvement? Do you have future goals? Now, as far as self-improvement goes, this is when they start asking you those questions like, give me an example of a weakness. If I were to call a former supervisor, what would they say? One thing that you needed to work on. This is one of those situations in the interview nobody likes, nobody wants to have to divulge a weakness, but what they're looking for is they want to try to understand, are you self-aware and are you into self-improvement? So everybody has a weakness. The formula for getting through this one successfully is basically showing that you are working on it. You know this is an area that needs some improvement, and this is what you're doing to make it better. And as far as future goals, you can show that you have future goals by pursuing certifications, by telling them you're looking to go back to school, really if it's necessary for the position that you're interviewing for. But sharing those kinds of things just helps them see that you're a go-getter, and every single employer is looking to hire a go-getter. Now, the third thing that they are trying to get to the bottom of as they're interviewing you is, what level of risk comes with hiring you. And when I tell people this, they often say, well, Kim, there's no level of risk that comes with hiring me. Well, I want you to know that that's not true. Sometimes the level of risk is as simply something as your address, where you live. It's 50 miles from the location of the office. Now, they know you can do the job. They know you want to do the job, but is that commute going to become a burden for you a month down the road? Are they going to have a hard time retaining you? That's a huge risk that they need to take into consideration. Another one is, if you declare that you want to start a family soon, that could potentially sabotage your chances of getting the job. So you need to be careful how much personal information you share with them. Other risks could simply be learning curves. Now, there's usually a learning curve with everybody going into every job, but how large that learning curve is what they're trying to evaluate. So if there is a learning curve, you need to show everything else you're bringing to the table to help mitigate that risk. That is your goal. When you walk into an interview, when you're interviewing for a job, you need to understand, what is the risk that comes with hiring me? Are they afraid I'm going to retire soon? Maybe you have no intentions of retiring, but a lot of people your age are retiring. You need to mitigate that risk and tell them that you love working. This is your sweet spot. You can't imagine not working. You need to minimize their fears that you might leave in a year or two. That could make or break whether or not you get the job. Now, the fourth thing that they are trying to find out about you through their questions is, what value, immediate value, are you going to bring to their team? Let me repeat that. What immediate value are you going to bring to their team? So yes, you have the ability to do the job. That's why they called you in. But they're trying to understand, what makes you different from the other 10 applicants that they're going to be interviewing that day? Do you have a sense of humor that allows you to diffuse difficult situations? Do you have examples in your back pocket that say things like, oh, my former supervisor kind of tapped me as the go-to person for this or for that? That is your secret sauce. You need to be able to sell your secret sauce well. You need to know your value, and you've got to be able to sell your value. Now, the fifth thing that the employer is trying to find out about you as they're interviewing you is, do you have empathy for others? Are you a team player? This is very important. Maybe they can tell, he or she has the ability to do the job, but I'm not sensing that teamwork spirit like we need. That can make or break whether or not they make you that job offer. Yes, getting the job done is very important, but how you get it done is extremely important. So think about that. So again, these are all 5 different areas that the hiring manager is going to kind of dive into through different types of questions. I hope this has been helpful to you today. If you want to follow me, you can go onto YouTube and subscribe to my channel, Kim the Career Coach, or you can follow me on LinkedIn. I would love to have conversations with you, and if you need a little extra coaching, I'm here for you. I hope you have a great job search day. Bye-bye.